Hello there, motherfuckers, and welcome to the Raw review. Okay show, not too terrible tonight, but for the most part there was a couple of things that I didn't like, but not completely horrible. It was an okay show, passable show, a couple of decent little things on it. We started off with Kane and Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns attempting to cut a promo in the beginning. Just sounds so rehearsed, so bland, so boring, so cookie cutter. Roman Reigns gets all this praise, but everyone forgets it. It takes mic skills to get to the top, or if you don't have mic skills, you have to be a really, really good wrestler. And Roman Reigns doesn't have either of those qualities, so I fail to see all the fandom other than that WWE is shoving them down our throats. And, everyone complains about Cena being shoved down our throats. Well, how about Roman Reigns? Kane comes out, him and Roman Reigns start brawling. Pretty energetic start. I ain't gonna complain about that. It was an okay little short brawl. It's a decent way to start it off. Then you had the Wyatts defeating the Usos. It's non-title. People were chanting, "This is awesome." My favorite chant. And it wasn't awesome. It was a good match. A good match, but definitely not awesome, motherfuckers. Not as good as the Money in the Bank match that they had, but it was a good match nonetheless. Then they had Nikki Bella versus Alicia Fox, and they one arm tied behind the back match, and they didn't even understand the concept of why they were doing this. It made no fucking sense. I guess maybe it was a setup from Stephanie McMahon. I don't know. Alicia Fox doesn't get her arm tied behind her back. Instead, she attacks Nikki. I don't understand. I suppose this segment was a little bit kinky. I could appreciate that, but this was fucking garbage. There was no reason why it had to be there. I could see if Stephanie was punishing Nikki and she had to have her arm tied behind her back, only, but Fox did too, but I don't even know. I'm just, once again, I'm left there just puzzled. I shouldn't have to think that hard about wrestling, like, what was this supposed to be? The answers should be provided right there. This isn't brain surgery like I've said in the past. This is wrestling. You shouldn't really have to use your brain that much with something like this. Then it was Rusev defeating RVD, and RVD just pretty much showed that he's fucking finished in this match. Just providing absolutely nothing to this match at all. Rusev just beats him. RVD, when's the last time this motherfucker has won a fucking match? Seriously, RVD will always be one of my favorites of all time, but this is just embarrassing after a while. He's really not fucking doing anything worth a damn. He hits some of his signature spots here and there, but for the most part, they're not even doing anything particularly productive with him. So what the hell is the point of him even sticking around? The RVD as a full-time wrestler was probably not the best idea. Then you had Orton defeating Dean Ambrose. This match was just fucking boring. And it had a big fucking botch. After the botch, they tried to increase the pace of the match, but the botch just fucking took me out of it. Dean Ambrose is going for like a top rope chop block, and I don't know if he kind of missed it, but for me, what I saw was that he kind of went for the legs on Orton, and Orton just didn't even react to it. He no-sold the move. I think that's what happened. But regardless of whose fault it was or anything, it looked like fucking shit. And it made the match look incredibly fucking fake. It made it look disastrous. So even if they increased the pace a little bit at the end, and Orton beats Ambrose, Ambrose shouldn't be taking any losses to major stars like this, Ambrose should be the one going over Orton. But regardless of who fucking won, that botch just was fucking embarrassing. It reminded me of when Orton faced Del Rio in a match from a couple of years ago, like 2 years ago, and they also had a big top rope botch. What is it with Orton matches? It just complete, you know, when Orton's in the match, things get fucked up. Orton is just, you know, no selling moves. This is the big star here, you know. It sucks, motherfuckers. Anyway, you got Del Rio. Speaking of Del Rio, defeats Dolph Ziggler in the #1 contenders match for the U.S. title. The match was okay. You had Fandango on commentary, which was a bit entertaining. I enjoyed the match for the most part, but the ending was very, very fucking gay. And I don't mean that as slang term. It was very homosexual. Fandango gets up on the announce table and starts gyrating, and Ziggler is distracted by the gyrations. You know, as wrestling fans, we get made fun of enough with all the gay homosexual comparisons, since it really is just men rolling around in their underwear, essentially. Why do we have to have wrestlers getting distracted by gyrating penises? This is, you know, this is embarrassing. I couldn't believe what I was watching. This was just flabbergasting my mind to the umpteenth level. I mean, what? I was staring at my screen. I was like, what the fuck is this? This is fucking gay. This is faggotized to the 10th power. A decent match, but a finish that was just, it was gay. Then you had Bret Hart coming out to cut a promo, and Sandow interrupted as Bret Hart, dressed as Bret Hart. And this was just fucking lame. It felt childish. It felt like preschool level here. You know, a big legend like Bret Hart, and this, you know, he's in Montreal. He hasn't been there in a long time. And this is the best they could do. I mean, fucking seriously. Great to see Bret Hart, but, you know, this shit with Sandow dressing up is getting old as fucking shit. And, you know, the interaction was just, it was just fucking stupid. You know, and Sandow says to him, "You were never good at talking." And then Bret Hart punches at him, and he says, you know, "Well, I'm good at punching." I could come back there, Bret. No. I'm sorry, motherfuckers, but that was lame as shit. What a fucking just kindergarten level little segment here. My fists. Fucking dumb. I just couldn't believe how retarded this whole segment was with Bret fucking Hart. Bret Hart, you know, involved in the dumbass segment did not sit well with me. Then it was Sheamus defeating Sandow. He's still dressed as Bret Hart. Sheamus beats him with the bro kick, and we're supposed to give a fuck. Same, you know, Sheamus match. Sandow thrown in there, gets a kick to the face. You know, it's time to change the man's finisher. As I said, change it back to the Razor's Edge, the Celtic Cross, for God fucking sakes. That kick is just fucking lame already. It doesn't fit him. He shouldn't be doing that move. Do it, you know, as a signature move. Don't do it as a finisher, for God's sakes. Then you had Jericho defeating The Miz. This match was pretty good. I enjoyed it. You know, The Miz comes back, you know, and already loses. But, you know, still not a bad match. It looked like Miz's nose might have got broken at one point, but, you know, I don't know. I think that was something that the announcers were just saying. I don't think that his nose actually got hurt or anything. You know, decent little match here. You know, I like how they changed Miz's entrance a little bit. They put the sunglasses on him, but, you know, he fucking lost in this first match back. It was a good match, but, you know, it's still lost. This is not how you build up big stars, and I think it's pretty safe to say that The Miz will never ever even get close to main eventing a WrestleMania again. They already tried that once, and you know, it ended up being one of the worst WrestleManias of all time. Then you had Paige and AJ defeating the Funkadactyls. This match was fucking horrible. AJ barely gets in the ring. Paige does fucking nothing. She does like half her finisher. She goes for the finisher and like, it's like a ghost finisher almost. Barely even holding her and twirling her around. Like the Orton Ambrose match just made it look fake as fucking shit. She's barely even grabbing her and she just kind of falls on the ground and this gets the pin. Then the Funkadactyls exploded. Like the Mega Powers exploding. They were rolling around. They were touching each other. They were groping each other. And my penis exploded. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, the Funkadactyls are done, and I am fucking done with this Divas division. Who gives a fucking shit? Seriously, who gives a motherfucking shit about the Funkadactyls? I don't give 2 shits, 3 shits, 4 shits, or 5 shits about any Funkadactyls feud, match, lesbian angle. I don't give a shit. Get these people off my TV, for God fucking sakes. The Divas division is just, it's very unappealing to me. The women are appealing, but the division is unappealing. Anyway, you have Kofi Kingston defeating Cesaro, and what the fuck is this all about? 2 Raws in a row with Kingston defeating Cesaro. At least unlike last week, it actually happened on the main show and not on the app during the commercials. But for the most part, the match was alright for a short match. Cesaro did some cool moves, gorilla press into a gut buster. I like that, but Kofi Kingston, this motherfucking jobber coming out of left field and beating Cesaro, a guy who's supposed to be making his way to the top, probably therefore, and he's getting beat by a fucking jobber like Kingston. Give me a fucking break. This did not make any sense at all. Why have a guy like Cesaro lose to a man who's that far down on the totem pole? It's not even like Kofi's been built up. It just came out from Superstars. He was on the panel before pay-per-views even, which is reserved for people that are just fucking losers, basically. And now he's beating Cesaro. Get the fuck out of here. And, this is the same paper I wrote my Impact review on. Shitty show here. This is the one I'm looking for. You got Bo Dallas defeating El Torito, and this just felt fucking weird. Why was Bo Dallas wrestling Torito? It was, because of a SmackDown little altercation, I get that, but Bo Dallas, they're just fucking struggling with this guy. Struggling is all hell to try to get this guy over, and it just is not working, motherfuckers. It's not working one fucking bit. He's entertaining NXT, but in the main roster, just like Paige, fucking shit. This is a Raw, the flagship show, and they're showing Bo Dallas, this future star. I'm gonna say it right now, everybody that's been brought over to NXT the past couple of months after WrestleMania is fucking worthless. Adam Rose, Paige, Bo Dallas, if they weren't there tomorrow, the show would be the fucking same, basically. It might even improve slightly. Then you had Cena defeating Seth Rollins by disqualification. Well, I guess I should be happy that Cena didn't pin him. What was shown was pretty good. The way how they were wrestling, it looked like it could have been pay-per-view quality. The start of a really good match. It showed signs of greatness, so I enjoyed this main event for what we saw. Rollins was doing a lot of athletic shit. Rollins has proved himself to be quite incredible, I think. He looked like he was about to cash in, but he didn't. All the goofballs, Orton and Kane running. Then Ambrose, stops him from cashing in, and they start fighting up the, the entrance ramp. It was pretty cool. I like this little angle with Ambrose and Rollins, as I mentioned. The one-on-one match between them should be fucking epic. That is definitely a match I am looking forward to. They'll probably do it at SummerSlam, maybe at Battleground, who the fuck knows, but it could be a really good match, and I like this, how he's like stopping him from cashing in. That's a good angle. Alright, motherfuckers, not a terrible show as you see. There's a lot of shit I didn't like. It was an okay show. Not a bad show, an okay show for the most part. The main event at Battleground has a lot of fucking goofballs. Oh, and I almost forgot, Roman Reigns was there too. And at the end, your hero Roman Reigns was holding hands with his boyfriend Cena. They looked like they were about to go on a picnic together. They looked like they were having a date in the ring. I'm surprised they didn't make out with each other, Roman Reigns coming to save Cena. I'm happy someone at least saved Cena this time. It wasn't Cena saving Roman Reigns, And this time it was Roman Reigns, the long-haired beauty, saving John Cena. It was very cute, motherfuckers. It was adorable. I felt butterflies inside, when women watch some romantic comedies and you get the end right there. It was very fucking sexy. I almost started fucking masturbating to it. It was very fucking hot. The holding of hands, the smiles on their faces. I was like, hey. Alright. Let's not get carried away here. Very sexy ending to Raw, but I'm sure a lot of other people, they've already busted their nut over this ending here. Cena, your favorite champion, Roman Reigns. What a great way to end Raw, motherfuckers. Maybe I should say this was a spectacular Raw, because what a climax. A climax. Stop right. Okay. Anyway. It was an okay show, motherfuckers. Not too bad. It was tolerable. I enjoyed some